Hey, it's Mark here, Cedar Falls Farm again. About to do a little bit here on the dump truck. The other day, had a tire blowout. And the tire blew out just sitting here. Man, there was nothing going on. The dump truck was not moving, but it had a split in the sidewall. And you can see these sidewalls aren't looking too good. So I just took the rim and the tire off. These are some old BFG truck tires. It's funny, in my pre-retirement life, I worked for a French tire manufacturer. I won't call the name of that French tire manufacturer, but they did own the BFG brand. And I looked at the DOT code here, DOT code M5, and that is a made in Canada tire, if you can see that. M5 is Waterville, Nova Scotia plant, a Michelin tire plant. And that DOT date code, 18 is the week, 01 is the year. So, no wonder that tire failed. It just blew out in the yard. Was doing nothing, but it did have a split in the side, and the interliner, or as we call it in the industry, the GI, gum interior, was protruding through. I was in the garage working the other morning, and all of a sudden I heard a loud pop off. It sounded like the pop off valve on the compressor, but I wasn't running the compressor, so I knew right away what it was. I'm just replacing the one tire. I'm buying a used tire to put on, but looking at the sidewalls on these things, man, they're in bad shape. So there's not going to be a lot of on the road driving as it is, especially not with a heavy load. You know, I'm not going to be hauling gravel or anything right now. It's just too much risk. And putting 4 new tires on would probably cost, the cheapest tires I could find probably run me over $1,000 and not be real good tires. But got to get this thing running again. Plus, I'm going to convert the oil canister over to a spin-on, so I need to replace that. That's coming up soon. I need to put the electric choke carburetor on. That'll be coming up soon as well. And for whatever reason, content on this dump truck seems to do really well. The other content just kind of does. So more to come on that. I'll pick back up here in a little bit. Just be a few seconds for you folks, but we're going to meet the guy out on the road that services big trucks and all, and get him to change it in place. Okay, back from getting a tire mounted. I have to admit, it looks pretty good too. Compared to what I had on there, anything's good. looking good. Decent tire. A little bit of scrubbing here, but that's okay. Overall, it's good. Trying to see, maybe 12 years old. Trying to see that. That's what it looks like. But the carcass is in good shape. That was my primary concern. We're looking good. The other one had great tread, but if you don't have carcass integrity, doesn't matter what kind of tread life you've got. So we'll count this as a win. Very much a win. Next thing up, I think we'll be doing the probably replacing adapter for, or putting in a new adapter for a spin-on type oil filter. Less likely to be leaking. Also need to put on the electric carburetor, or electric choke carburetor rather than manual choke. I need to order a relay to wire that in as well. But getting close. An old dump truck like this, it hadn't been used much before I bought it. I think it sat on a farm for a long time. Guy bought it, did a little bit of work on it, but didn't use it for anything. It sat at his business. And I went down, picked it up in Georgia and drove it back here to South Carolina. What should have been about a 3-hour drive. Took most of the day. But yeah, a little bit of work at a time, and the old beast is going to be going. Plus I also have the running lights, cargo lights, whatever you want to call them, across the top of the cab. Need to do those. I have some rattle can red and rattle can black gloss to do a little touch-up painting on it. It's not going to be anything fancy, but it'll get us by here on the farm. So more content coming. Appreciate everybody sticking with me on this little quick project.